Okay, so here's our last little calculator skill we're going to practice. Um, this is called function equality. So what it's asking for is where f of x is equal to g of x. Well, there's 2 points where that is the case, and it's where the lines intersect. Right, so the graph is given. I know I'm going to have to look for 2 values because there's 2 intersections. And that won't always be the case. Like if I had, I don't know, a parabola with just a tangent line like that, that would only have 1 solution. But in this case, we're going to have 2, so we're going to do the whole process twice. The buttons we're going to press, well, this is also on our friend the calc menu. Super useful button, that one. Is second calc intersect. Intersect. And that's like, it is exactly what it sounds like. It finds the intersections of 2 curves. I already graphed my x squared minus 9. I'm going to click down to y2 now and graph my second curve, which is an absolute value function. So remember, that's the math button. And then under numbers, and it's the first option, ABS. And that has x minus 1 inside of it. So there's my 2 functions. I can double check that they're correct. They do match, right? F and g. We're going to graph, we want to say, find where f of x equals g of x. So there's my parabola. There's my absolute value. Delta Math gives you the graphs for these, so make sure your graphs match, otherwise you've typed it in incorrectly. If you're zoomed in or zoomed out, you can zoom 6 and try to make your graph look like mine. And now we're going to find an intersection. So we're going to do second calc, intersect is number 5. And here, it's going to be like first curve, question mark. And I want to move over on that first curve towards my first intersection. So I hit enter, and notice it says I'm on y1. That's what I want. And then I hit enter, and notice it switches to y2, and it's like second curve. So imagine I had like 5 different graphs on here. I would pick the graphs that I wanted to find an intersection. So you're telling your calculator which graphs you're interested in looking at. I would just do 2 at a time and clear them each time, and you don't really have to worry about it. But you do have to do this twice, and you do have to put your cursor near the point you're trying to find. So I'm going to hit enter, and then it's going to be like guess. Okay, and it spits out negative 3.7, and it wants x to the nearest tenth is what I'm asked for. So I'm going to be like x equals negative 3.7 is the nearest tenth, and the 0 tells me to round. And then I'm going to do it all over again. So I'm going to go back to my calculator. Second calc intersect. And then first curve, notice I'm on y1. But now, I already found that left-hand one. So I want to move all the way over here. And I hit enter. And then second curve, I'm still over by that intersection that I'm looking for. And I hit enter. And it's going to be like guess. And you're going to be like yes. And here I get 3.4. Positive 3.4, because I round up in that case. So those are my solutions here. So this is actually super useful, because say I needed to solve this equation, f of x equals g of x, well, x squared minus 9 equals absolute value of x minus 1. That's f of x equal to g of x. I don't know how to solve this equation. Like, we don't have tools for this, absolute value on one side, quadratic on the other side. But my calculator can do that for us. So we know the solutions here are those x values that just spit out.